Today I'm going to be talking about everything that I've learned having the EIDL loan the last couple of years, including from the SBA themselves. If you're someone like I was and you were feverishly searching for answers the last couple of years, including how do I make payments, where do I make payments, is there an amortization schedule, etc., this is the video for you. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Lauren Simpson, and I'm here to help you maximize your time and talents as a growing small business owner, so make sure to subscribe down below for new videos every week. So if you're one of the many small businesses that was affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, you know that there were options like the PPP grant and the EIDL loan for helping you get back on your feet financially. Full disclosure, I did also receive 2 small PPP grants that were fully forgiven, which was really helpful. I'm happy to share more information on that if it is helpful, but let me know in the comments down below because I feel like that has kind of come and went. In terms of the EIDL loan, I did get 2 different rounds of the loan. The first round I got was for $18,000. The second round, a little bit later, I upped the loan to a total of $24,800. The reason I did this amount at the time is because I did need as much help as I could get, but at the same time, I was trying to stay under that $25,000 threshold. This is where I'm a little gray and fuzzy because it's been a couple years, but I believe that reasoning behind not going over $25,000 was so that you didn't have to submit as much documentation and proof and have a harder time for possible forgiveness and things like that. So I wanted help, but I also didn't want to have such an added headache. And honestly, with the amount that my small business brings in, I just needed a little leg up. I didn't need a massive loan. So payments are due from the date of the original note. Even though there was a deferment period of 30 months from when you got the loan to when you had to actually start paying on it, that does mean that interest was accruing this entire time. What I found out when I attended an SBA webinar a couple months ago is that also all of your initial payments are going to go towards interest. And this may be pretty common to you. If you've ever had a mortgage, you know that the earlier payments are very interest heavy and the later payments you're finally getting towards that principal. What's unfortunate though is I made the decision to start paying my loan off sooner than the 30-month deferment period. I did this intentionally so that hopefully I wouldn't be paying as much interest. I've been making payments since 2021. I only just started making payments towards my principal amount in June of 2022. This is based on the minimum payment amount that they told me I have to pay. Of course, I started with this minimum amount because I had no idea even where my payments were going, honestly. So I didn't want to make a huge lump payment back if I didn't know it would go towards the principal completely. First thing you're going to want to do is create an account on the CAFS. This is the Capital Access Financial System. It's through the SBA, and this is how you're going to monitor your SBA loans. Go to caweb.sba.gov to create your account. The application portal is closed. This means you can no longer go there to actually see anything having to do with updates on your loan. You are going to have to create a new account. It's important to know that the SBA will not be mailing out a paper statement. Now, I don't know about you, I got 1 or 2 initial statements or something in the mail back when this was first happening in 2020, and then after that, it was nothing. Silence. Crickets. I wasn't a fan of this because, like I said, for a couple years, I had no idea where to even go to see where my payments were going. Now you're going to want to go to pay.gov to specifically set up your payments. Either make a one-time payment or automatically recurring payments. I made them automatically recurring because it just makes my life so much easier. But like I said, once I made these recurring payments, I didn't have access to this portal. So at that point, my payments could have been going out into the void for all I knew. They weren't very clear or helpful for a long time on this, and it was very uncomfortable when you have a sizable loan that you're trying to pay back smartly, and you also don't want your money to go to waste. I did find out that for any payment questions, payoff, or address changes, you're going to want to call 833-853-5638 or email disastercustomerservice@sba.gov. You can also contact that number and email if you're looking for a copy of your loan documents. This is also who you want to contact if you're having trouble making payments, because now that we are getting pretty much past that 30-month deferment period, or we're pretty close to it, you're going to be responsible for this loan. If you don't make payments, things like defaults will be reported to credit bureaus, your tax refunds can be garnished, and the loan may be taxed as income. A default on your EIDL loan may prevent you from receiving additional government assistance and affect your ability to borrow in the future. So overall, this is not something that you want to mess up. Some things you may already know is that this is a business loan that was taken out at 3.75%, which is a very good percentage, especially when we are seeing things like cars and mortgages being taken out for 5, 6, 7%. It's also a very low percent historically when it comes to business loans. This is also a 30-year loan. It's essentially like a mortgage. So you have 30 years to pay it off in full if you only pay the smallest amount necessary. So me personally, I took it out in July of 2020. I have till July of 2050 to pay this off. Will I be waiting that long? Heck no. I want to get this done with as soon as I can, as soon as it makes financial sense, and I do want to kind of chip away at it because, hey, it stinks to be in that much debt if you don't need to be. Lastly, quite possibly the biggest question I had was where can I find an amortization schedule for this? Because this is a 30-year loan, just like a mortgage. When you are doing your closing documents for a house, they give you, as a part of that huge packet, a breakdown of the month to month of what you can expect your actual payment goes towards when it comes to the principal and interest. It breaks down the entire 30 years, so there's transparency. And naturally, I was thinking, okay, there has to be something similar. Guess what? There's not. On the SBA webinar, I asked this question specifically, and they flat out said that there wasn't an amortization schedule available. Now, this was disappointing to hear, also kind of not surprising. So if you're looking for one, that's the answer. There isn't one, and there probably won't be one. So when it does come to how the heck do I make bigger payments towards specifically the principal to get it down more so I'm not just paying interest, I honestly don't have that answer yet. I'm still in search of that, and I am working on it. So if I do find out that answer, I will absolutely make more content, even if it's just a short or something on this channel. I'll answer it in the comments, put it in the description, something. If I find out the answer to that, I'm 100% going to share with you guys, because this EIDL loan experience was my very first experience with a business loan and business debt. I've been very fortunate that I was able to grow my business from the ground up without having to get a loan or be in debt. And it's been a not so fun one. Of course, you know, it happening during COVID-19 didn't make things better. You just kind of did what you had to at that point. So, but here we are now. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys, because I have been searching for answers for 2 years, and I wanted to share at least the knowledge I found with you. On that note, I think you guys might be interested in learning what my real expenses were as a bridal beauty business owner last year, so check out the video right here.